The big problem of A Will of the Gods is that it lacks sexiness. Wow! And all of the things are happening at once. Let's take a closer look to what happens on the turn start with few rewinds. First of all, you can see that the player draws cards to his hand, and the way he does it, it is not the most interesting thing in the world. Second thing is that the enemy does exactly the same simultaneously, which is kind of confusing already. And last but not least, player is drawing cards to his shop. Recently I did changes to the shop and animation of the cards, but it's still not it. So I had just confirmed that the fixes are looking ugly and they are not intuitive. But fortunately, we can change all of this. Let me show you. So the first thing that I did is that I changed the animation of how is the card drawn. Right now the card is going to the middle of the screen and stops in here for a second. So the player have a brief moment to see what's going on. Second thing is that cards right now aren't moving in a straightforward way. They are using a Bezier curve, which is calculated inside of the code. And this allows me to place deck anywhere, and animation will be still looking okay. Second thing is card draw batching. And to show you the results of this effect, I will add card draw to the God's favor. Bam! And it's done! So whenever the player or the enemy will draw more than one card, the card batching will occur. As you can see, the final result is that the cards are traveling to the middle of the screen and they are aligning themselves in a row. Then they are waiting for all of the cards to finish the animation and they are going to the hand. I think that this effect is pleasant for an eye and really sexy. Last but not least is sequencing. You can see that all of the effects that were happening simultaneously are now separated and they are taking their turns one by one. First the enemy will draw his card, then the player will draw his card, and at last the shop will be filled. Slower paced and one by one animation are clearing a lot of confusion out of the player mind. Don't worry, I will not explain the coding here. I just wanted you to know that I thought that those changes will take a massive amount of code and rework. But really they didn't. Of course, it took me a few hours to figure out how to write those things in reactive extensions. And here you can see a side-by-side comparison of the function that I was using before and now. Okay, and now for conclusions. I think that those animations are adding clarity and the most important, fluency to the game. They just look nice. Would you like to give me your opinion about those changes? Then feel free to leave it in the comments. I guess this will be all for this video, so thank you very much for spending your time and watching this. See ya and bye!